So this is the brand new XPeak 2.0 from Lectric. And I was fortunate enough last year to be able to meet up with Lectric and the owners and some other awesome YouTubers to be able to experience this before they even released it. But now it's here and it's available for everybody to purchase, and the price point on this for the specs and the capability are kind of mind-blowing. So this bike comes in a couple of different configurations. This is a step over, but they do offer a step through. Not only that, they offer 2 different battery sizes. This particular one is the long range, which means it has a 20 amp hour battery that's stored down here in the frame. You can get it with a lower range battery if you don't really need to travel that far and you don't want to store the extra weight of a big, massive 20 amp hour battery. One of the really cool things that I like about Lectric is they don't just sell you the bike. A lot of times they give you really awesome accessories. Right now, there's a handful of them that they're giving away. And one of them is this awesome Lectric bike lock. This thing is super lightweight and really compact, and it's gonna keep your bike locked up while you're away or in a store. Now, a few of the other accessories that they're giving away, this suspension seat post, this rear rack, and these plastic fenders, both front and back. And speaking of the rear rack, it can hold up to 60 pounds, and it has a rear tail light that's connected up to the brakes, so people behind you will know that you're stopping. Speaking of lights, this one comes with an upgraded headlight. This is their elite headlight that typically sells for $100. It's much bigger, much brighter than last year's model. Of course, Lectric has a nice wide seat, but it's not too big that it's uncomfortable, and it's not too small that it just feels awkward. This seat is just right. Now, being that this is a fat bike, of course it's gonna come with some fat tires. These are 26 by 4-inch wide tires made by Cho Yang, and they have that hippo skin technology in them to prevent you from getting flats. One of the other really cool things that I love about this bike is that it comes with these cutouts in the wheels. That's gonna prevent you from having such a heavy bike. Those are what you see in high-end fat bikes to shave some extra weight. Since that rim is so wide and so big, it can add a lot of weight, but with those cutouts, it trims it down very nicely. And up here, you can expect a brand new Shimano 8-speed shifter that's actually an undermount. This is a big upgrade from the last XPeak to the brand new XPeak 2.0. And that comes with an Altus rear derailleur, also made by Shimano, along with an 8-speed. This is gonna have a very large chainring, so you don't have to worry about ghost pedaling while you're going down the road. Now, when it comes to speed on this bike, let's talk about that real quick. This comes shipped as a Class 2 bike, which means pedal assist and throttle max out at 20 miles an hour. But Lectric on their website has instructions on how to set this up to be a Class 3 e-bike. That means that you can have pedal assist all the way up to 28 miles an hour, and you can have throttle up to 20. This bike is super fast. We zoomed all over Arizona and down some greenways before we hit up some dirt trail. And let me tell you, 28 miles an hour on this bad boy feels absolutely awesome. Super stable, super confidence inspiring. This bike was so much fun on the streets. Also, something that might not be too visible on their website is the fact that this has bottle boss mounts here, and it has 3 mounts right here. You're gonna have plenty of space for accessories and also water bottles. Now let's take a look at the cockpit, because that's one of the most important parts on a bike is your control setup. This is gonna have really nice lock-on ergonomic grips, and it's also gonna have a thumb throttle instead of a twist throttle. This is my preferred way to ride one of these fat bikes. Also, you're gonna get some nice hydraulic brakes that use mineral oil. That makes it super easy to maintain. Any local bike shop should be able to work on these. In fact, I bet you could do it yourself. And also on the left-hand side, you're gonna get a nice little control pad. It's not super complex, looks really clean, allows you to power on the bike, switch through all of your pedal assist levels, and also navigate the menu system. And also in the middle of your handlebars, you're gonna get this really nice Lectric display. This thing is massive, it's full color, and even in the hot Arizona sun, I was able to see this on the brightest part of the day. But also at night, it's not so bright that it feels like it's blinding you. Typically on a fat bike, I don't find that you even need suspension, but Lectric went all out. They put a suspension seat post on, and they also put on an 80mm front fork. Personally, this bike is one of the smoothest fat tire rides that I've ever been on. Now, just like most e-bikes out there, you're gonna get a set of keys that will remove the battery. You don't need these keys to make the bike go, but it's nice to hang on to in case you wanna remove the battery whenever you go into a store. For these fat tire bikes, I recommend turning the front wheel, turning the key, hitting the release button on the other side of the bike. Now, once you've hit that release button, the battery is free to drop out. So make sure you've got a good hold on it. And there you go. You can take this in, keep it safe with you, or take it inside and charge it. Also, inside the battery, you do have a battery indicator button so you can check the status of the battery whenever it's not on your bike. Now, a few nice things is they actually color match the battery case with the bike. Some brands don't do that, and I think it makes the battery stick out a lot. Since Lectric decided to color match the case, it blends in with the bike really well. And to put it back in, it's super simple. That's it. Now, typically, I don't recommend taking these bikes on mountain bike trails. They're just not really designed for that. Well, at least that's what I thought. Whenever I was at the Lectric event, my friend Ben and Matt, we took these things out on an Arizona trail that was absolutely awesome. I typically wouldn't do that, but these bikes absolutely showed me that it's completely capable of doing some really gnarly off-road adventures. We rode these things up steep hills, down some gnarly rocky terrain, near cactuses and all kinds of stuff. This bike was absolutely amazing out on those trails. I couldn't believe what this bike was capable of doing. The motor is super powerful, had no problem going up some steep hills that I know that I couldn't have ridden up without a motor. So overall, I think Lectric absolutely knocked it out of the park. I love the fact that they have two different frame designs. They have two different colors per frame design. They also offer two different battery sizes. Not only that, you get some really nice accessories whenever you purchase any of their bikes, and they're also based here in the United States, which is really nice to see whenever you purchase a product because you want something that's gonna have good customer service. And let me tell you, after experiencing the Lectric headquarters, they 100% pride themselves on being customer first. So if you plan on buying a brand new fat tire or any electric bike, I highly recommend checking out Lectric, especially if you want something that's gonna have good customer service for after you purchase the bike. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And if you decide to pick up your own electric bike, make sure you use my links down below. That helps out my channel. It's no cost to you, and I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, if you enjoyed it, click the subscribe button, hit the like button, but as always, get out there and ride your bike.